Change is one of those things where no matter how ready you feel, no matter how much you think you can anticipate it, it always finds a way to hit you in the most vital spot. And I would know because I've been ghost for the past 3 months. And here I am now, in the same house, in the same I Love Toronto shirt, still making the videos the same way, but everything just feels different. You kind of get that feeling? It's like when the macro part of your life is all the same, but the micro parts are different. And so life feels similar and different at the same time. And you're kind of just living, but it feels a little uncomfortable. It feels very unsettling. That's kind of like how I am right now. I've been wanting to get back to making videos again for a while, but I knew that I couldn't because I was pretty much just preserving myself and waiting at the right time before I can start making the videos again. But for the past couple of months, my life has pretty much taken like a big shift. And it's because big changes have been happening and it's like stacking onto each other. And it all started with me going back to school. And so, I'm not going to go specifically into detail what happened, but I would say that some relationships have changed, different priorities have been altered also, as well as the use of my energy and time have been used elsewhere. It took a little while, but I needed that time to recalibrate and to kind of just get my life in order. And so, it's nothing like major or depressing or whatever. The way I see it, it's kind of just the way that things go. It's just life doing life things, you know. It's neither good or bad. You kind of just take it for how it is. And yeah, just like I said in the beginning of the video, life hit me pretty hard. And it's not like depressing. It's just like, wow, this is new. All of a sudden, I don't know, more alone. Not lonely, more alone. My views on things have started to change. The way I believe things have also altered a little bit too. Everything was just new. And it kind of gave me like a little bit of a reminder where I have full control of what I can do with the situation. And so now that this has happened, and so now everything feels different to you, it's all up to me for how I'm going to take it and how I'm going to go live my life with it, because at this point in life there are many different ways that I could approach it. And that was the part where I felt like I was a little bit stuck on. That's why I had to kind of go ghost for a little bit. I don't even know if I even want to call it ghost, honestly. I was just putting my head down, doing my own thing, but at the same time I felt like I didn't know what else to do because I felt like I had so much options to do. It felt like 2 plans in my head that I thought I was gonna take kind of just evaporated out of thin air. So yeah, and so for the past couple of months I didn't really do anything special. It was just more so going back to what I have originally planned on doing, what I usually do like habitually. So I went back into the gym, going hard at it. I went back to trying to reach some old hobbies of mine, just to kind of get like a little touch on basis, try to see who I was again, you know, after all this time. Went back to the gym, tried to trim the rest of the fat that I built up along the way. I've been dialing in with like working and trying to create more goals for myself. I'm trying to get a PC now, for sure this time. I've been holding that off for a while, so now I feel like I'm ready to do it. So stuff like that, little goals here and there. And honestly, yeah, it feels uncomfortable having to go through this whole entire shift, going through change in general. And we all know it's all part of growing up, but you know, it still feels uncomfortable. And at that point, if you're lost, you just end up just kind of drifting into life, you know? So, but then at the same time, you never really see what else is there in store for you. You'll never know what kind of growth is there in store for you, or even what types of events or fragments of enjoyment or fulfillment could there be for you, you know? It's all about just discovering new shit and just learning from all that. And so yeah, during that period of time where I was just putting my head down and nose to the grindstone working or whatever, there were some new stuff that happened to me that actually made me feel happy. So during that time, I started competing in this little video game that I play a lot called Smash Bros. That was fun. I joined the Smash Bros club in my college. last semester, but then I haven't really been going to there just because I was just too busy with school or whatever. But now that I found some time for myself, I started going this semester in the spring, and then I got like a free trip to Kauai Con and got the opportunity to compete and to explore my first ever convention. So that was very exciting, and honestly I want to talk about it in like a totally separate video. But aside from that, I met some new friends, trying to do a little bit of exploring to see what else is there for me. So I ended up trying to meet new people, trying to be out more often, trying to socialize more often, stuff like that. And I also got the opportunity to get closer to God. That was also a good thing. I felt like I've been lacking for a little bit. But yeah, all these changes, all these little Easter eggs that keep popping up, it's making me think that maybe this whole change thing might actually be good, or more so, it's allowing me to see the positives in this whole entire shift, kind of changing my my point of view of it, my perspective. It's made me feel a little bit more open to it, just this whole exploring thing. And so yeah, I still do have a few unanswered questions. I still have some worries in the future and uncertainties, but in the end I'll never really know what could happen until I actually go on with it. So I'm kind of making it like a mission for myself to explore more, try to see what's there out for me, and try to see what other kind of changes is there that can actually benefit my life. So this channel was never dead to begin with. I just needed like a little break to recalibrate. But yeah, it's just like my little perspective right now, how I'm like seeing life and all that. I'm not high. It's just how I see things. Alright, see you on the next one.